Hey guys, so my 7 months isn't actually until the 25th, and I'm recording this like at 10 o'clock on the 23rd. I just gave myself a shot today, but I honestly don't think there are going to be any changes before Wednesday, so I might as well just make this now, just because I don't know if I'll have time to tomorrow or Wednesday. So yeah, here it goes. All right. So definitely voice drop. It's continuing to drop. I still sound pretty pubescent. Um, I still get mistaken from anywhere between 14 and 17. So I'm hoping that the facial hair that's growing in, which you can't see, but it's blonde. It's like all around up here, down here. I have a couple dark chin hairs, um, blondish sideburns, and my mustache is coming in darker and rougher. But you still can't see it that well. You can only see it in like certain lights. But yeah, it's there. I promise. Um, and what else? Arm hair is pretty much the same. It's still blonde like it's always been. But I am getting my leg hair has definitely gotten darker and thicker, and I'm getting hair on like my thighs and my inner thighs, which is really fucking itchy, by the way. And my happy trail is getting thicker and darker, so that's really exciting. And then this has always been like this little forest up here. Um, my muscles, yeah, they're they've gotten more defined. Uh, yeah, trying not to show this. This has actually gotten a little smaller, I think. I mean, I was already very small to begin with, but I think it's kind of lessened down with how much I bind and the tea. So that's also equally exciting. Um, Hopefully, I actually don't know if it'll make surgery any easier, but or maybe harder. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much just because it's so far in the future, and yeah, but it's happening. I promise. I'll. I mean, it's definitely happening. Just I have to raise a bunch of money first. I think my hairline's starting to kind of recede, not in like a bad way, but like in a more masculine way. And I've lost the baby fat that I gained when I first started tea, in my face, and I think my fat is kind of starting to redistribute on my body, but I've also been working out as much as I can, and I'm trying to eat better, and now that I have to because I've been getting weird rashes, so I have to cut down on junk food because that might be a cause of it. So that's another thing. Definitely look more masculine. I've been passing a lot more. Not 100% of the time yet, but it's getting in there. My name change is not happened yet. I'm still raising money for it, and so yeah. But that'll be my first step when I raise enough money for that. So my name is still the same. My gender is still the same on all my documents, but I'm probably gonna go and get my license picture retaken because I got that taken when I was 16, and I don't look anything like that anymore, regardless of T, but especially because of T. And when I try to use my ID for things, I get sometimes I've been given a hard time because of it. So I have to go get my license picture taken again, and I have to do because I moved and never got my address changed. So I have to do that, and I'm also going to change my gender on my license because that's really cheap, and you can do that without a name change. So yeah, that's up in the future for me. Sex drive is getting slowly worse. I mean, it was already kind of weird, just because I never really had a huge sex drive before I started T, so it was definitely a huge difference for me. My eating habits only really show themselves when I don't smoke because cigarettes decrease appetite. So yeah, there's definitely a huge change there when I don't have cigarettes. Um, but still, there are a lot. There are a lot. It's my appetite is a lot higher than it used to be. I used to have a very small appetite. So yeah, but still trying to regulate that. I think that's all the physical changes. But anyway, emotional changes. So still experiencing anger, um, but that's like, see, that's not even really a huge change for me because it's always been a problem of mine. It's just angry outbursts. So that's not really a change just from the tea. Like, I mean, it's probably gotten worse, but it's always been there. So, um, I definitely, like I said in my last video, I definitely feel happier for the most part. Um, there are certain times when I feel down and like depressed, but that's has a lot to do with dysphoria. So that sucks. But I got back into therapy, so I'm hoping that will help. Emotional changes. I don't know. I mean, I feel definitely feel more confident in myself. Um, and that's a huge leap because before that I had like no confidence. I've noticed that I've been a lot more social in social settings, so that's a huge difference for me too. Um, it's easier to talk to people like this. Um, my coworkers are slowly getting better with pronouns. I mean, they still have a long way to go, but they're getting there. Most of them, at least. But so yeah. So I mean, things are going pretty well. My psychology professor is just kind of being a douchebag with what he refers to me as, because he's like, well, this is going to be hard for me because your name is still different on the roster, and I'm like, that doesn't. It just, I don't know, just stupid bullshit, but whatever. Family changes. There hasn't been much change on that part. They're still working their way toward acceptance. Well, I mean, they're accepting, but they're working their way towards changing pronouns and name. But I'm still being patient because I know I've definitely seen a lot of change in almost all of them. So that's you know a huge leap from where we started out. So I think that's everything. Um, yeah. So 7 months. So close to a year. Alright. I will see you next time. Goodbye.